Hello out there, what's going on? I am Scott D. Welsh, and we're here on Thursdays to talk about beating the market, specifically with automated strategies. Now, I shouldn't really have to say that because if you want to beat the market, you should be automated, right? Discretionary traders don't beat the market. Well, they do, but it's more fun to use automated, don't you think? Because you don't have to do any work, no screen time. But anyway, I digress. Today we're going to talk about the difference between day trading and long-term trading. Which one are you and why? And if you don't know, then you're in big trouble. Three things we're going to talk about today. Number one, the seduction of day trading. All right, it is so seductive to want to day trade. It's pretty much, when I thought about trading, that's what I thought about, right? Day trading can produce such big numbers, and all the stories and all the urban legends have to do with day trading and how it can change your life. And maybe that's the thing you should do. But you do realize that long-term trading is clearly more reliable. I mean, it's not even close. Long-term trading, you can, the proof, the academics, the trading history, the philosophy, it's clearly more reliable. So which one are you? Nobody dreams of being a long-term trader, it seems like. Everyone dreams of being a day trader. But which one are you? And number three, do you really have to choose? Kind of. Not really. What a terrible answer. Let's get started. Here are the advantages of wanting to be a day trader. And if you're new to trading, you need to get this figured out. Toot sweet immediately. But the one advantage of being a day trader is psychological. It's a running joke on this little Thursday get-together that we do that the number one email I get is, the robot hasn't traded today. They trade mine, or my robot hasn't traded today, but it hasn't traded today. What's up? What's going on? Is it broken? Why isn't it trading? It hasn't traded in 2 weeks. It hasn't traded in a week. That's the number one email I get. The psychological need to be trading. We have a pathological sickness, yes, I said it, to be busy. And a wise man once said, busyness, B-U-S-Y-ness, busyness does not mean you're getting anything done. Being productive, doing something of value doesn't mean you're busy. It is a sickness. It is a disease. And yet, if you're going to quit your job and trade for a living, how many times have we said it? We have a psychological need to be trading. Remember the example I always use? Okay, honey, I'm quitting my job. Okay, dear. What, did you trade today? Nope. Okay, did you trade last week? Nope. How do you answer someone? If you say you're a trader trading for a living, how do you answer someone when you don't trade for weeks at a time, right? It is rough. So there is a psychological advantage to day trading, right? That solves this. I understand that busyness is a problem, but then again, if we trade, we have a chance to make money. If we're not trading, clearly we can't make money. So there is a need. And remember, if you're not comfortable, what happens? Failure, right? That all being said, a good system probably shouldn't trade every day. Even day traders probably shouldn't trade an automated system every day. Now, there are prop traders and discretionary traders that go to work in the markets and they have losing days and they have losing trades and they trade 100 times a day. I get that. That's not what we're talking about. An automated system with static, unchanging rules is not going to work every day. If you force an automated system to trade every day, all you're doing is guaranteeing losing streaks, right? Losing days. Because the markets are never the same. We're trying to take fixed discipline rules and put them in the market for specific circumstances and execute them ruthlessly. If we just say, nope, I'm not being specific, I'm not waiting, I'm not being patient, and you just want to be in the market every day, you're just adding losing. So keep in mind, a good system probably shouldn't trade every day, but that's what we want for all the reasons I've just talked about, all right? But if you are a day trader by heart, by creed, by goal, you will mangle a long-term system. A long-term system will not work for you if you need to trade, right? So there's an advantage. You have a chance to win if you follow what you like. Also, an advantage of day trading is the big returns. Trading more often can mean more money. Day trading can offer us more money. And isn't that why we got into it in the first place? Remember, I've been testing robots obsessively for a number of years now. We're into the thousands, plural, of hours testing. And day trading systems outperform long-term systems monetarily. Not always, ha ha ha, but there are those systems that do. And if we're in it for money, then a day trading system potentially makes more money for us, and it's a no-brainer, right? Big returns of day trading, right? The people who brag about money on the internet are not long-term traders. So somebody, it might be the very smallest percentage ever, right, of people doing it, but humongous money can be made day trading, okay? Lots of trades, as it says on the screen, equals lots of potential returns. The other thing that's a big advantage of day trading is small drawdowns. You can make your maximum drawdown smaller by day trading. Why is that? Well, big charts, daily, weekly, monthly, need bigger stops. Can't have a 20 pip stop on a weekly chart. Each bar is hundreds of pips or bigger. A 20 pip stop doesn't work on a big chart. You need to give it lots of room, right? Which means that there are bigger stops. Now you can lower your trade size, but therein lies the problem with long-term trading. Well, I have to lower my trade size so I can manage my risk, but you don't trade as often. Guess where we're going with this? Then we don't have as much money, right? If we want the big money in long-term systems, we have to have bigger stops, which means bigger drawdowns. You can be more specific on a day trading system, smaller stops, be specific in how you trade. You don't have to give it such room because you also get more trades. So it's okay to stop out a little more often. But if you get 4 trades a year in a big chart and you use a small stop and you stop out on all of them, that's a whole year of not much going on, right? You see where we're going with this, right? You can have more trades, smaller bars, smaller stops. You can minimize drawdown. Again, with all the testing I've done, the drawdowns are smaller on really good day trading systems. So those are big advantages. The need to trade, more money potentially, and less drawdown. Keep in mind, a great long-term system, and I'm going to be talking your ears off about a great long-term system in the upcoming weeks. But you're looking at a 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1 ratio, meaning you make $10,000, right, and your maximum drawdown is $5,000. That's a 2-to-1 ratio. You make $2 for every dollar of drawdown that you might have to suffer through. Obviously, if you make $10,000 and your drawdown is $1,000, that's making a lot of money without much pain, right? In other words, the higher the profit to drawdown ratio is, the more painless the trading is. If you have a high profit to drawdown, meaning you won't have to suffer very much. However, a long-term system, there is more potential numerical suffering, right? So a great long-term system can have a 4-to-1 ratio. A great day trading system, and they're not common, you have to work your butt off to get to a great day trading system. You do not have to work, by the way, for a long-term system nearly as much, maybe 1/100th as much on a great long-term system, by the way. But a great day trading system can have a 15-to-1 ratio. So there you go, right? There are some huge advantages for day trading. So why even consider long-term, right? Well, here's the most important word in trading: trust. No day trading system, at least as I sit here talking to you today, no day trading system can be fully trusted. No, it can be trusted, but not to the extent of a long-term system. Here's why, right? There is research on the stock market. If you're trying to think of, I'm going to put my money in an index fund, or I'm going to day trade. Okay, that's the topic we're having right now. We're discussing right now. Okay, well, one person says, well, I believe in index funds. You're like, oh, yeah, well, why would you do it? And you say, well, look, I can go back to the 1920s, the 1910s, the 1800s, and look, here's what the stock market has produced on an annual basis. Oh, wow. That's pretty comprehensive. If it goes back to 1900, that's over 100 years. And what have we seen since 1900? Look at all the different market conditions. I mean, it's mind-boggling, the things that have happened in the markets. And yet, an index fund has endured. Okay. You have a day trading system. What have you got? Right? If you've got a phenomenal day trading system, you've back tested it for over a decade, and that's phenomenal, right? If you've been able to find data and done the work, and it's not easy to do both of those, right? You have data. If you have an outstanding system, you go back over 10 years. That's outstanding, okay? And almost no one that I know in the market has been trading day trading systems, and verifiably so, have been trading day trading systems for over a handful of years, right? The fact that I've been day trading robots and day trading period, but trading since 2004, but day trading robots since 2012, I feel like I'm a veteran. All right. I look around all the time. I know they're out there, but there aren't a lot of people that can give data on trading day trading systems, right? So think about that argument going back. Argument one, index fund goes back to 1900. Argument two, day trading. Well, I've got data that goes back 10 years, maybe, and I've got live performance for a couple years. Which do you trust? Think about it, all right? If you want to fully trust, does that matter to you? Now, it might not, because here's why. A day trading system has thousands of trades. A stock market research, any sort of stock market research study going back 100 years has about 100 trades, right? Especially if you're a buy and hold, right? You'd have no trades, right? Or even if you traded once a year, you could have thousands of trades versus 100, and that's the mountain you climb for day trading systems. Day trading systems have numbers on their side, and that maybe can make you fully trust. But as far as actual being in the market, there's no day trading system that's been trading for 100 years. You see my problem? It depends on you. Trust is all personal, right? Who you trust is personal. Which is more trustworthy to you? Research that goes back farther or quantity of trades, right? Either way, trust is a problem, okay? Now, put it this way. What if a restaurant opens tomorrow and it's got great reviews and it's got, I'm going to have this chef here and this ambiance here? What is the chance that that restaurant will be open next year, right? Half of small businesses survive into their first year, right? Smaller percentage of that fail in that first year, right? Half of small businesses, so we're talking about the world at large, half of the small businesses survive into their fifth year. So by the fifth year, 50% are gone, okay? How many day trading systems survive into their fifth year? I can tell you from my experience, not a lot. Do I have systems that have survived since 2012? Absolutely, right? That's over 5 years, right? 5 years plus. But some haven't. Some other ones I created, especially the ones I created early on, they haven't survived, right? They haven't done that great. There are versions of it, obviously, that have done great, but they don't, right? So it's about 50%, we know, whatever. There are some, though, clearly, that don't make it. The stock market has thrived, like I said, from all of these market environments, right? Do you really think that an index fund won't be around tomorrow? Do you really think that the stock market is not going to be there in 5 years, right? Again, it comes back to trust. A long-term system allows us to make a huge financial decision right now. And this huge financial decision is based on one thing, trust. And if you like research that goes back a long, long, long time, all different market conditions, then a long-term system can say, yes, I trust an index fund. If you had the right amount of money, and we've talked about it, you could retire tomorrow and do an index fund and feel great. Do you have that trust in a day trading system? It's absolutely possible. I'm just asking, do you, right? That is a huge advantage of long-term trading. And I know that I said day trading systems make money. Do not underestimate how much money long-term systems can make. I'm coming out with the breakout system very, very soon, within a week or so. Launches in December, and I'll be talking about it more and more and more and more in the weeks to come. I am shocked by how much money a long-term system can make. It's shocking. So the bottom line, who wins? Who wins this battle of day trading? Well, it comes down to, does evidence matter? And if so, what kind of evidence? If centuries of data is what you need to feel trust, then it's done. You're a long-term trader, and you can feel great, and you can go on to have a successful rest of your life. But if you don't care what happened in 1900, like, the world is nothing close to 1900. I need thousands of trades that have happened within the last decade. That is what matters. Current day matters. Quantity of trades matter, right? If those things are more trustworthy to you, then you're a day trader, right? If your biggest need is to make money fast, guess which one? It has to be day trading, right? If you just say, listen, I have a set amount of money, I want to make a drastic lifestyle change, right? You can't do it in a long-term system that trades 5 times a year. Okay, I'm going to go for it. 12 months from now, I want to take a shot at having a big change in this account, 50% gain, something crazy. Well, what if you don't trade for 6 months or 5 weeks or in between? Yikes, right? If you want to go for it, then clearly day trading would probably be where you would put your money, right? But if you need to make a big decision with family or friends or business, your business, if like pension funds, for example, if you need to make a big decision today, right now, go with long term. It's been around forever. It's going to be around forever. The philosophies will stay timeless. Make that big decision today and go long term. Now, that all being said, of course, you could do both, couldn't you? Put some of your money in the long term and trust and feel, exhale and feel great, and then put some of your money and go for it. Or don't even go for it. Just trade them both side by side and see which one does better, all right? You would just have to divide up according to, are you going to go for it in day trading or just be nice and slow and calm? If you just divide up based on your goals, your needs, and your risk tolerance, you could have the best of both worlds, which I don't really believe in the best of both worlds. I believe in focus. But in this particular case, you could. You could have a little bit of both, right? So which one are you? I'd be curious to see. Any comments? Let's check some comments real quick before we get out of here. And aloha, Elima. Oh, Elima says the time change threw her for a loop. I'm sorry. Mahalo, and you'll be back next week, right? When we're here as usual. All right, everyone. Let's wrap this one up for today. I enjoyed being here. The trend following course will be released in December. Absolutely it will. That's a done deal. Big format change. I'm so excited. I've been working my butt off. I want to make your life easier. I have a methodology that's worked in my athletic training for over 20 years. You start at the beginning and you go step by step, and you start at this point and you get to that point. And for whatever reason, I haven't done that really well, in my opinion. Help you with trading. We haven't really gotten together and said we're starting here and going there. That's what I want. And there is a way that we could do that, starting at the beginning and go somewhere and stay focused on a specific theme. I think that would be awesome. I would like to make a difference in your life. So there's going to be a huge format change. We'll talk more about that next week. Also, prices won't stay this way forever. I'm going to have either It's going to be one. I'm going to make it super simple. It's going to be one price for everything, or maybe one or two prices. I want to just make it simple, and I want to go from A to B. And if I've got 1% of people trading the Heron, and 1% trading the fair value, and 1% trading the Hornet, and 1% doing breakout, and 1% doing this and that, and who started with here? If we're all on the same page, one price, one clan, I think that would make it easier. Or, there are other ways to do that to simplify it. But just keep in mind that's what's on my mind. Until at least December, though, all the prices on my website will be good. I will honor that, but there will be a big change coming in that. We're flying over 930 on YouTube. I won 1,000, and soon we'll be at 1 million. There's the contact information if you need anything. That was super fun. We'll be back next week as usual. Time change be darned. And we'll see you then. Bye for now.